5 of these kits, but I've never ever done an unboxing video, so I thought it'd be helpful for me to show anybody who's thinking about buying a small kit what comes in it. So you got more information, right? Excuse the bangs and the fluttering sounds in the background, guys. Everyone's lighting off fireworks. So let's open this. This is a habit I've picked up. Opening cellophane with a freaking knife. Why not just? I used to just rip it open, but after seeing loads of other people do it, I've just become a habit. The worst one I've seen, I swear. They slit it down here. Now this is the one which never got me. Well, got me all the time. You do the slit down there, and then they cut it across here. Why? It's just make a slit at the bottom. Just rip the shit off. So I'm not gonna bother the box art, because really, does anybody buy a box for its box art at all? Nah, they don't. So first things first, you get the box. Here's the rulebook. So basic 3D CAD instructions. It's pretty clear, guys. You can't make any mess ups. The only one I found annoying, where are you? Is that the multi-laser doesn't actually come with a peg for it to sit on. I've tried working it out for a while, how it actually fits on, because it doesn't come with a peg for it. I'll show you what I mean in a minute now. So you get 2 sprues this kit. I don't know, it's not much. You get bog standard transfer sheet from Imperial card. I actually use these quite a lot, really. And I've been trying to get hold of one of these for ages. There's a new one because it's plain black. You get your 60mm base, which... Oh, this one isn't warped, that's what I had. It was wobbling on the table, it wasn't flat. And I already glued the model on it, so one of my hand sentinels actually wobbles all over the place because the base was just warped to kingdom come. So which one do I want to start with? We'll start with a 1, 2, 3, right. So on this now you've got your 2 feet. You've got all of the upper leg system. So this is these bits go onto the hips. These are the 2 like middle leg pieces, and at the bottom where the legs go together on. You've got the driver. The driver's optional. If this is going to be an armoured one, I may leave it off because I could use that somewhere else. Then you've got the arms for the driver. I think I had that in shot, guys. I'm terrible at doing this. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 head options, 2 Catachan, 2 Cadian ones. What else you got? Got the roll cage for the Catachan or Scout Sentinel. And you've got like the inner case for the armoured and Cadian Scout Sentinel, and I believe, oh wait, these 2 parts, all these parts by here, they make the Cadian Scout Sentinel, and that's an additional carapace unit there to stick on to the front of the Sentinel. You've got all the pieces by here for the armoured Sentinel. You've got like this ammo box, which I believe goes with the armoured. You've got your smoke launchers. You've got this little nibbly bit, which I've never worked out where it goes. I think it just goes on the side for extra detail. What else? You got your auto cannon. I think that's it for that through. Yeah, and there's the other side of the feet there. Pretty nice. I mean, this is a really old kit. There's the printing on this still for the kit's manufacturer. Oh, apparently this was recast in 2008. This cast was, and this is pretty old. I think this goes back to 2004. So he said. So you've got your outer cockpits, and that's the base of the cockpit. That's where your driver would sit in there. That's pretty nice. I always like the detail on that. I never really painted on my previous Sentinels as the driver sat in there. I wish I did, because that's quite nice. And I could have had like one of the Sentinel riders stood outside doing something and painted all that on the inside. That's pretty nice. All the internal panels for all the casing for the Sentinel, it's all detailed as well on both sides, with dials, buttons and triggers everywhere. Anything else? You've got the bottom half of the hip joint by here, or I think that's the top. Yeah, that's the top half of the hip joint by there, with the other half of the hip, with the bottom part of the hip joint. You've got smokestacks. Never really was a fan of these. I don't like the big smokestacks, but I don't want to cut them off because I know I'll ruin it. You know, just not plain and boring. You got your searchlight, your power pack for your las cannon, which goes on the side, your power pack by here for your multi-laser and your multi-laser there, the power pack for power feed for the plasma cannon there, your las cannon, heavy flamer and fuel tanks. Then you got like this chainsaw thing, which I've never been a fan of, or people like, this is great for you, this sort of thing if you want to make war walker and or killer cans, whatever they're called. Then you've got your rail and your seeker missile. So that's just it really, guys. You know, it's a pretty small thing, and it's nothing particularly too special about this tank at all. No, it's a nice kit to put together. It's pretty simple and easy. It's really good for a beginner, to be honest, and it's not a challenge for you at all, unless you start going for more configured. If it's your first kit, I just go with a basic pose by ear, because on the legs it gives you these little dabbled holes on here where there's like little pegs on the insides of these, and they just click in together, and it just makes it a bit easier. But see, it's a better option if you've never built one of these, because the legs can be quite bloody tricky. I've seen some people they build the entire two legs together, they stick them on the base, and then they realise they're too far apart and the hips don't meet. So my way of doing it would be build your two legs, and then because the legs push onto the hip joint like the arms or dreadnought, where you can just pull them off on and off and it won't damage it at all. Then place it onto your base and then work out the pose you want, but make sure you leave room for the head joint. Just try to fit the base of it and then just have a look and see how that goes too. So thanks for watching, guys. See you very soon, hopefully, and take care of yourselves, and hopefully there'll be more for you. Ta-ra.